All right, look like we live right now.
Talk to me, nice stream, y'all.
I think we live. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook playing with me tonight. I don't understand what's going on.
Nicole, come and save the day.
No, it ain't me, man. Let's say this is Facebook doing something, man. I don't understand what it's doing though.
That's
All right,
okay.
we gotta go.
Nicole,
We gotta
Nicole,
go and get into it, man. We gotta go and get into it. All right.
Nicole, where you at, Nicole? We
So
need
we
you. We need you, Nicole.
so we appreciate everybody rocking with us. Let's say we having some type of technical issues tonight. Let's say Facebook is doing something weird. I don't know what it is. We got some folks saying they can see us, some folks saying they can't. So
Again,
I don't,
even still?
huh?
Are they saying the same thing still?
No, I haven't heard anything right now. But let's said
Okay.
I still feel like something is off. But let's say Facebook's doing something. I can't control it. All right, man. Let's get into this for the folks who joining us. I said we got a couple viewers right now. So I said the topic for tonight is, ladies, do you want a nice guy? And yeah, I came out the gate, and I said I don't think the ladies do want a nice guy. I was saying based off some of the things that I'm seeing, um, nice guys are just not getting love like they used to. I don't think the nice guys get appreciated like they used to or like they're supposed to. And yeah, I don't really think ladies want a nice guy. So like I said, if we got any ladies down in the comments, drop a comment. Let us know you're here. Give us your input on this. I'm also going to put the link up to join the panel as well if you want to come on here live with us. So let me go ahead and throw this up just so you have it. All right, so we got the link to the panel right there. So definitely come join us if you want to give your input to this topic. Do ladies want a nice guy? And better yet, just drop me a comment and let me know that you guys are here with all the little technical stuff that's been going on. I just want to make sure everybody can see us. So just drop a comment and just let me know. I think we might have lost Los. Yeah, Los is on the road, so I know his signal is going to be going in and out. Yeah, let me see if we get him back. Let me give him 1 minute. So yeah, just drop a comment. Oh, there go Nicole. There go Miss IT. You know what Los was asking for you. He was asking for you, Miss IT. you should come join the panel. Why don't you come on if you can? Back us up a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to give Los a minute. We hope we ain't lose him for good. So I know he on the road. Yeah, we might have lost him for good. Shout out to Joe. Joe said, I'm in rehearsal right now. I'll answer since we're on a 10-minute break. Hell no. So Joe, you said they don't want no nice guy. Okay, I got that. I got that. And Nicole, I'm gonna shoot you this link. Hold on, man. I'm gonna shoot you this link. I just saw your message. All right, I just sent it to you. And just let's say shout out to Chloe for dropping it. So she said if anybody's having issues viewing on Facebook, the show is also on YouTube, and she dropped the link here. So you can also throw this in your browser as well and join us on YouTube. I said Facebook is doing something weird tonight with the viewers in the feeds. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, you can also hit us on YouTube as well to see the live show. While we're doing it. Unless I'm trying to give Los a minute to get back. So I'm not sure if he lost his signal for good or what. He's on the road traveling up to the MI, so I don't know what type of signal he is dealing with, but yeah, if somebody want to come get on the panel, we'll get on into this. I want to get into this. All right, yeah. So just a couple links so folks can see the show if you're having issues seeing it. on YouTube. Okay, Los said he's switching phones. Okay. All right. All right, Los, we hold for a sec, man. Just let you get on, man. So I know you're on the road, so we'll hold for a minute. Just let you get on, man. All right, so yeah, so let's say once Los gets on, let's say we're gonna get into this. I said I know. Oh, here you come. Los, you good, man?
Man, yeah, I'm good. I got you on both phones. I was just trying to get the link in the other phone.
Oh, okay. You got to kill that phone. I can hear the feedback.
Gotcha.
All right. Oh, here come IT, man. She done jumped on, man. Shout out to IT.
I'm done with you.
Save us, Nicole. Save us. We need your help. Look, Nicole, I'm blinking.
Oh, Lord. I had enough IT shenanigans today, let me tell you.
No,
Got that
thing.
right now.
We
This
need your blessing.
Facebook doing something. I said I can't control Facebook. I don't know what they're doing. But let's get into this. Let's say we appreciate you jumping on with us, Nicole. Do the ladies want a nice? Go ahead.
Let's pay those bills real quick, and then let's jump into the drop the bomb on the title, and let's get it.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I appreciate folks rocking with us tonight. Let's say we've been having all type of little weird issues going on, technical issues, all type of stuff going on. Peter, what's good, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad, not too bad. Chloe, what's going on?
Young goat.
What's good?
First lady.
What's up, y'all?
Man, this is a crazy night. Yeah, Nicole, I might need you to do some IT for me tonight. There's all type of stuff going on.
I'm all IT'd out. I'm actually at job number 2 right now, so that's why I ain't got the camera. I'm tired. I am tired.
Girl, get your bottle of yak and come on.
I've been rude for women in IT for 2 hours today. I'm tired. I ain't got it for you.
Get your bottle of yak and come on, Nicole.
All right, let me do these sponsors real quick, then we're going to get in this. So let's say shout out to our first sponsor, Two Sons Juice Co. Let's say cold press juice company based in Metro Detroit, all natural, no preservatives, no chemicals, fruit blends, veggie blends, you name it. So definitely go check them out. The number Two Sons Juice Co.com. The number Two Sons Juice Co.com. And we also have our other sponsor, War on Friendly Grounds. This is our own King Jaquil Martin's book right here, 5-star rated on Amazon. He's also got the short film that's 18 awards at this point, tearing up the film festival. So definitely go support that as well. A waronfriendlygrounds.com, a waronfriendlygrounds with an S.com.
And if anybody looking for detoxes, Two Sons Juice do detoxes too. Yeah, I mean, they're doing it way big. Black-owned business, black-owned. Straight out of Wakanda, everything in there you can pronounce, so you ain't got to worry about none of that nasty stuff that's going to be up in there. It's all fresh, all whole, all natural.
For sure. All right, so let's get into this. So I see we got a full panel tonight.
Oh yeah.
So man, so question to the ladies, or better yet, to everybody on the panel. Do the ladies want a nice guy? So I'm gonna let anybody kick that off. I gave my input already, but anybody can go ahead and say their piece.
I mean, we need to know. We need to know, ladies. So instead of us jumping to conclusions or assuming, we would love to give you the platform to educate us, and then we'll give you our opinion.
I think that ladies are waiting for society to tell them what they want. I think they're waiting for the trends to tell them what they want. I think they're waiting for social media to tell them what they want. I think they're waiting for Kevin Samuels and, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B.
Wait them bombs at?
What they want, I think that's what they're waiting for. I'm obviously I'm out of the game, but that doesn't mean I don't see what's going on. It doesn't mean that I don't keep my ear to the streets, as you call it. It doesn't mean that I don't hear the conversations of younger women and what they're talking about and what they're saying. And I really feel like we have a generation right now, And I'll even say there are some women who I would say maybe not as many in my generation, but I would say a couple generations after mine, one, and then this current generation, they are definitely all about what's current, and they're all about a mood and a vibe. And right now it just seems like people are waiting to be told everything. Like they're waiting to be given permission about who they should be friends with, how they should dress, how they should carry themselves, what type of job should they have. Like they're literally waiting to be told these things. They're following social media. They're replicating a lot of what they're seeing on there. And I'm not going to say that's the whole problem, but it is an issue. When you talk about that's what I mean. Think about it. We call these people influencers. This is what we call them. They are influencers. Influencers. What do they do? I mean, I work in advertising. We use influencers to push products. This is what they do. So I think that right now you even see this movement of people who literally their lives are determined based off of what are their favorite influencers saying, what is the latest IG model, what is she wearing, what is she saying, what is Meg Thee Stallion saying is hot right now. Is she saying, she's saying it's hot to be a thought right now? Oh, okay, so thoughts are in. Okay, so I can go out here and be a thought. It's good. It's because it's in right now. Hot girl summer. Like this is what's going on right now. So I feel like, I know I'm not speaking for every woman, but I do feel like there is a population, and it's more than a few, who are literally being led and conditioned socially to make these decisions based off of a group thought, not necessarily their own thoughts or wants or desires. And I think that's a lot of the problem. So I think when you're doing that, how do you know what you really want, right? How many people are really sitting down and saying, what do I need in my life? Because I think we might find that we may not want, or we certainly don't need, but the next person is saying they want or need, because that's their mentality. And we certainly can't let influencers, people who make money off of telling us what to do, and then celebrities as well, who don't know any better than us. It's just that somebody has given them a platform. That's literally it. Someone has given them a platform and a lot of money to do what they're doing. And so now all of a sudden they're the authority. And I think it's misguiding people. And I think, women and men, I'm not going to say women are the only ones, but women are being misguided as well. I think, and I would say it's affecting women a lot more than men, because we can tend to be a little bit more emotional. We can tend to be a little bit more, led by our feelings and our emotions. If we're seeing things and they seem right and they seem good and they make us feel good, then that's what we want to do. That's what we want to gravitate towards.
Okay, I can feel that. Anybody else want to say something?
Thank y'all. That's our show. Chloe just wrapped it up in one punch, one hitter. That TKO. Thank you, Jesus. Peter, what you got to say? But I can't get you.
I feel like Chloe pretty much nailed it or whatever. And then on top of that, then I feel like we kind of live in an opportunistic society or whatever. So like there's so many opportunities going around. It's kind of like hard to settle down until like all those opportunities run out. I also feel like in a way it's also hard for, like nowadays, it's kind of hard for like good people to kind of be good people, because sometimes like other people are looking at them like, why are they being good? Like, do they want something? Why are they being nice to me? Like, do they want something in return? Like, we just fell so far.
Yeah, true. I can feel that. No, for sure. I think let's say we dealing with some weird stuff. And actually, I have a video that I want to put up, right? that it plays into this topic to a certain extent. Oh, yeah. Let me put that up. Let me put that up.
While he's loading up the video, I wanted to talk about Chloe's point. Influencers, how they get paid to influence. We're going to touch that. While he's loading up the video, I wanted to talk about Chloe's point. Influencers, how they get paid to influence. We're going to touch that.
You got a lot of lag. You got a lot of lag coming through, Los.
Chloe's point. Influencers, how they get paid to influence. We're going to touch that.
I think we lost him.
You got a lot of lag coming through, Los.
Chloe's point. Influence.
Yeah, I think you might have to. I think we lost him. I think he's looping. His audio is looping. I think we lost him.
You got a lot of lag coming through, Los.
Chloe's point. Influence.
Yeah, I think we I don't know, I think he was I think he was locking up.
Yeah, he was looping around.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay. Yeah, man, this has been a wild night.
The devil is a lie. He will not. I plead the blood of Jesus over this broadcast. He will not stop this broadcast. That means tonight we are about to say something that's going to change someone. We're going to say something that needs to be said. And I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now let's go on with this show. He's not going to stop this show.
All right, no, there it is. All right, so let me put this video up. Let's set up because this ties into this. So let me put this video up real quick. Sound again.
This show.
All right, now there it is. All right, so let me put this video up. Let's set up because this ties into this. So let me put this video up real quick. What is going on? Yeah, it's almost like is Facebook caught up in a loop? Yeah, bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what actually is going on tonight. This is an interesting night.
I think if as long as people aren't like, we should be muted if we're not talking, because I think there's a lot of feedback.
All right, here, let me hold on. Okay. All right, I think we might be okay now. Let me get Los back in. All right, okay. Let's try this again. So I want to run this video real quick. So let me do this real quick. Put yourself on mute real quick, Los.
Pushing through enough.
No, we good, man. Put yourself on mute real quick. All right. So let's try this. We're gonna try this one more time.
Would you marry? Could you date an average man? An average black man making $40,000 a year? Honestly, come on. Would you marry a guy who's an average earner making $40,500 for the rest of his life? $20.20 an hour
of his life.
Right.
Those kind of men don't even.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked.
Would I marry that kind of person?
Mm-hmm.
If that's their
average earner? Yep.
Mm-hmm. To stay there, I would not.
Okay, so if a man was working and making $15 an hour, would you marry him and be with him for the rest of your life if that's all he was going to make? $15. $37,000 is what the median income for a male in this country was. You'd be happily married to him and submit to him for a lifetime?
If he's married to me, that's going to change. So
no. See, y'all all think you have the power of Thanos to make what it is. I said if a man was just an average earning man. So the fact that you can't even.
I can't. You're right. I can't live off.
Does he have to make in excess of 6 figures?
Yes.
He does. Okay.
I'd say at least 275 to 300.
Did your last boyfriend make $300,000 a year?
No.
Have you ever dated a man that make $300,000 a year?
Not yet.
Not yet. So,
All right, so we'll stop there. So I came across that video and it ties right into this topic, right? So we're talking about, you know, do the ladies want a nice guy? Now, you know, as you guys saw in the video, so that is a video of a culmination of women being asked, you know, will they marry an average guy, you know, making an average salary? You know, will they, you know, could they see themselves with the man making an average salary? You know, then you also had some of the ladies were asked, you know, essentially, what does he need to be making? And, you know, we've jumped up to the 6-figure mark, up into the $200,000-$300,000 mark. And as we know it, you know, majority of the men in this country are not making 6 figures, right? So I think the average median is around 40,000, somewhere in there. But we have a situation where a lot of women don't even want to entertain a man if he's not making 6 figures. So when we talk about do ladies want a nice guy, a lot of nice guys are average earning guys. But these are the guys, based on what you just saw, that won't get no hollers, won't get no play, won't get no attention, won't get no response. So yeah, what are we dealing with? Yeah, what are we dealing with in a situation where, you know, because we hear it all the time, right? The ladies will say, there ain't a lot of nice guys out here, or there ain't a lot of good guys out here, right? But based on what we just saw, we are basically throwing out a large percentage of the available guys just based on how much money they make yearly. So I mean, that may explain why we're, you know, ladies are feeling like there's not a lot of guys to choose from. Well, we throwing out, let's just say 90% of them because of, you know, what they make. And like I said, in that group of average men, that is the majority of men, there's most likely a lot of nice guys in that bunch. But as we just saw, those guys can't really get the attention. They can't really get the, you know, can't get the response. So I said, what are we dealing with? Like, how do we get to this point? Like, what really are we dealing with right now?
I'd like to add that we also haven't touched on looks yet or how tall he is.
That's true. That's true. That is true. That is true. You want to say something, Chloe, Nicole, either one?
You said, what are we dealing with? I mean, we dealing with, you know, it takes a lot to have a household. You just can't be coming with the average no more. And I don't think men expect average anymore. I feel like from the recent comments, they're expecting a lot. So if they are expecting much more, why can't I expect the same from you? That's my question.
I mean, I feel that, but I think, okay, so here's my perspective on that. If you are competing for this small pool of men, right? Because I will say this about Kevin. If he gonna say something, he has some statistics to back it up. So if you are in that group of women who are looking for a 6-figure guy, just understand that that's already a small pool of men, white, black, whatever. That's already a small pool of men. So then you have, if you're a black woman and you're looking for a black man, that number gets smaller. Isn't it somewhere around, you guys keep me honest, what's the number of black men who are earning 6 figures? I feel like it's something.
Yeah, it's like almost, I want to say somewhere between 1 and maybe 7%, something.
Yeah, I feel like it was something. I feel like it was somewhere in there. Don't quote me on that, but it's an even smaller percentage, right? So now you have all the women who want these 6-figure guys competing for this really small pool of men. So yes. And anybody who's watched Kevin, you know, he said this, like, that's when you're going to get to the point where, yeah, now men are going to expect a certain type of thing, right? Because now they basically have their choice. They can pick whichever of you that they want. So yeah, now at this point, they're looking at your looks, they're looking at what you like, how you present yourself, they're looking at your credentials, they're looking at different types of things because they can. You know, I mean, you're right. They're
Well, what
looking
do
at
we
it
do
like
with
you
that?
want to be with me. I consider myself a HVM. I'm a high value man. And so, you know, if you want to be with this high value man, then you got to be bringing something to the table that I feel is valued high. You know, so yeah, no, they're not gonna accept anything average. I guess my thing is what happened to, you know, us building together. Like, I don't understand where did that go? Like, you may not necessarily run into the man that's making six figures, but between the two of y'all, if you're looking for somebody that's making 200,000, between the two of y'all might be able to make that work. Because every woman don't want to be a stay-at-home mom anyway. Some women want a career. Some women want to make a name for themselves. So I don't understand why when we got to the point where you can't be with a man, and there's a lot of women who feel like this. I'm not saying all. You can't be with a man unless he's bringing six figures. Do people not understand that it's not easy to get to the point where you make a six figures? Do people understand for Black people in general that, especially Black men, that it's not exactly easy for them to get into that pool? Like, it's not easy. You could be as decorated as you want to. I know a lot of decorated men, and it took them a long time. It took them a very long time to crack that six figures. It's very challenging. And I'm not giving anybody a pass. I'm not giving anybody excuse. I want us to understand that the rules are different for us. We got to stop acting like they're not. They are. We have a glass ceiling. And it's always there. It's invisible. You don't see it, but it's there. And we can't act like it is. And all these Black women coming out of the woodworks talking about they want six-figure man, they want six-figure this, they want that. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, whatever happened to the hardworking man, you know, the Jaheems that like, I can't give you no mansion, boo, but everything that I have is yours. Like, I'm trying to figure out, when did that go out of style?
Probably when their standards start being unrealistic.
You saying the average man's standards unrealistic?
But every man's standards aren't unrealistic. Unless and I hear you, Nicole, but women's standards have gotten unrealistic too. That's why you got all these women up on Kevin Samuels' show talking about they want $300,000 man. And I'm looking at baby girl, and I don't down talk women, but I'm looking at baby girl and I'm going, sis, you want a $300,000 man? Really? That's what makes a man go, okay, you want a $300,000 man. What are you bringing to the table? I mean, let's just be honest. We got to start being honest with each other. Like, if we are going to start saying we got a laundry, women, I'm talking to women now. If we're going to start saying that we have a laundry list of things that we want, okay, you got a laundry list of things that you want. Where's your laundry list of things that you're bringing to the table? If you want a laundry list of things, because I'm with you, sis. I'm with you. You got your laundry list of things that you want. Okay, now present me your laundry list of things that you're bringing. I'm with you. I'm there with you. Because if you ain't got a laundry list of things that you're bringing to the table that's as long as the laundry list of things that you want, the scales is unbalanced. Everybody, yes, Woodsy. Everybody is unrealistic. Everybody's expectations needs to be realigned. But when you're looking at Cardi B, who you're funding her operation, when you look at Meg Thee Stallion, you're funding her operation. That's why she can sit back and tell you in her Louboutin shoes that she wants a six-figure man. When she wouldn't even need a man to give her six figures. She got that herself. But she could tell you that's what you need. And you're like, yes, that's what I need. Yes, she's right. I need them Louboutins. She bought her own Louboutins. Or somebody gifted them to her because she's rich. Rich people don't have to buy that stuff. They get gifts. And I'm just sitting back. This is the culture that's leading us and driving us. And I want to understand why. I want to understand when we got away from it being more about the not the financial value of a person, but the actual heart of a person, their mind, what can we build together? What can we do together? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when you married to a six-figure man, when those women saying, well, I don't want to have to get up early and no, I don't want to have to take a baby to daycare because I don't want to have to do that. Oh, no, no, no. Let me tell you something. When you married to a six-figure man, you have to make sacrifices. I'm speaking from personal experiences, sis. Because six-figure men, in order for them to get to the point where they're making six figures, they have to do things. Their work requires time away. Their work requires them to be tied up at times when you would rather they were not. So if you think that you getting with a six-figure man gonna mean that you're gonna have like streets paved with gold and everything is gonna be, I'm trying to tell you that there's going to be a sacrifice either way. If you're with an average man or with average money-making man or a six-figure making man, at the end of the day, you are not going to have it exactly. You're not gonna have it your way. This ain't Burger King. There's gonna be some sacrifice, period. The problem is people don't want to sacrifice. People don't want to work. What's wrong with getting that $50,000, $60,000 man and then putting some work in? Why you don't want to work this? What's wrong with you? I mean, I'm sorry to unload on y'all like that, but women, it's enough. It's time is out. If you want me to speak about a man, I'll speak about a man. But right now we're talking about ladies. And ladies, cut that out. Enough with that foolishness. Stop letting Meg, stop letting Cardi B, stop letting these women fool you. Stop letting them fool you. Because Cardi B knew her man was cheating on her and she stayed with him. Y'all better quit listening to these women. These women don't know what they want no more than you do.
You just took a look at all the ladies coming out the woodworks. man, let me go ahead and throw that in real
quick. This conversation isn't only about the bread. We also talking about the guy that shows does the right thing, that wants to bring the flowers, that wants to do the text messages, I love you, and everything else like that. The guy that wants to show up and do the little things. But maybe you might find him boring. Maybe he's not exciting enough. Maybe he's not challenging enough. You know, sometimes when you have a good guy that wants to do the right thing, that's not the guy that you want. You want the guy that you have to win over. Think of that concept and why is that true or not true?
Still kind of losing them a little bit. You know, let me say this. Chloe, I appreciate you saying what you just said, right? Because we have an issue that is brewing, right? And I think this is a lot of the reasons why, as you know, black men and black women, we are out of alignment with each other, right? Because, you know, it's like we're operating in two different spaces, two different wavelengths, whatever you want to call it. And I think, like I said, a lot of these things, we got to let these things go, because I said, I think they are destroying us from the inside out. Let me grab this comment. Eric Arrington says, sometimes they want to do it once they have already messed up too late. And that's valid, Erica. That's valid. But yeah, we got so much stuff that is going on, and like I said, I think it is destroying us from the inside out. I mean, when did a nice brother become undesirable? Like, when did a hard-working brother become undesirable? Like, you know, I've always heard, you know, ladies love a hard-working brother, and it's like that may not turn into a whole bunch of money, but it's like, do the brother treat you right? Like, you know what I'm saying, is the brother loyal? Like, you know what I'm saying, do we go to work every day, make the money, bring the money home, take care of the family? Like what happened to those foundational things being the attraction, right? Or what happened to those true values being the attraction, or the things that drew you, you know, to these men, right? Because like I said, a lot of nice men fall in that category. But we've gotten to the point where like I said, I guess maybe to Los's point, those guys aren't exciting enough. They're not edgy enough. Like I don't know what it is. And then maybe too, I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. Question to the ladies is it an age thing? Do you want the quote unquote exciting dude when you're younger? Then you want the less exciting dude when you get older? Like I don't know. But yeah, we definitely got an issue brewing right here. Let me grab this comment as well. Eric Arrington said, can't be Mr. Nice Guy after you've been Mr. Asshole. Which that's correct. That's correct. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you still got to pay attention to character as well. Like I said, that's important. And then Nikita, I think that's Nikita. She said they got lost in the pop culture. Yeah, and I can feel that as well. I can feel that as well.
I think I would have to agree. Like I say all that, but I have to preface that with what I'm trying to say is stop limiting yourself, ladies. You can find this nice guy anywhere. Like I'm not, and let me not say, oh, the nice guys are out here. You guys aren't finding them. I do not know how long you look. So I'm not going to tell you your experience. I'm just simply saying that if we already come to the table with all of this criteria, are we missing out on potentially the nice guys? Are we missing out on the guy that could really be great for us because we're blocking it because it doesn't look the way we think it should look, or he doesn't look the way we think he should look, or he doesn't talk or walk or make the money or whatever is on this long list that we have? Because he doesn't fit those criteria, we're not getting to the nice guy. And because we're so stuck on some of these superficial things, when we do come across a nice guy, we don't see it because we're still kind of stuck on the more superficial things that at the end of the day really don't matter as much. I guess that's how I'm tying this into the whole nice guy conversation. Like, don't limit yourself. Like, there are still nice guys out here. Like, I'm not saying they aren't a lot of what Erica called them. I'm not saying they not out there too. I'm just saying, like, let's not limit ourselves because we're looking at some of the more, like Nikita said, the more pop culture, acceptable things about a man. And, then when it gets down to, we can't get to the point where we know whether or not that man will bring us flowers. We can't get to the point where we know whether or not that man will buy us a teddy bear and try to cheer us up when we feel down. We can't get to all of that because we're blocking this potential nice guy out because he don't have this, or he doesn't do it exactly this way, or those types of things. Like I guess I want to make sure that I preface everything that I say with that. Like, at the end of the day, let's not limit ourselves, ladies. Let's not allow society to tell us what that man should look like for us, because we could be missing out.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point. Let me grab this comment. You want to say something, Peter?
I feel like also it's just kind of like this new wave of feminism. Like, it just always tells women that like they can do better. And I mean, I also feel like we're kind of like getting brainwashed about like, I mean, let's face it, like, men are stronger, but like we're seeing in like Netflix, all these movies, just like this woman that goes up against like 10 big guys or whatever. And I feel like we're getting brainwashed a little bit in that aspect as well. And then I also feel because college, lately, the past like 10, 20 years, like more women have been going to college than ever before, which is great. And that means better jobs and all that other stuff. But on top of that, like the other side of that is like women, they don't date down. So basically, like all the guys, like they're pretty much doing what they used to do, like construction and all this other stuff. But all the other women are getting like the same jobs that like pay the same or a little bit more. So they're not really dating down, and they're just like excluding all those other guys. That's why they're just pretty much jumping to six figures. And then also the parental guidance aspect, like that part is gone too. Like I remember back in the day, like high school to college, like we really didn't have cell phones or anything like that. Like if you wanted to talk to this girl, then you had to call her at her parents' house, and you had to hope that her dad didn't pick up or whatever. You had to, you took her on a date, then hopefully you didn't have to talk to the dad because he'd probably be like, bring her back by 11 or something like that. Like, I feel like that aspect is gone as well. Like there's no guidance there. And then also, I mean, a lot of girls, they like that emotional roller coaster. So like King said, like that guy might be boring to them. Like if he just goes to work, comes home, like that might just be boring to her. Like, and then also I think a major part about it is just like social media, because I mean, like women, they get so many DMs, right? They get like if you take like an average man and an average woman or whatever, like he'll get like probably like 2 DMs and she'll have like 200 DMs. So I feel like that's also a little bit of the aspect, because like just kind of like, you know, whenever you like get a message from like someone that you want to get a message from or whatever, you haven't heard from them in a long time, like you get a dopamine rush. So I kind of feel like with that dopamine rush or whatever, like your dopamine levels are like way up here whenever they should like really be down here.
I can feel that. Let me get this comment. Nikisha Hayes says, do you think that because some women aren't used to having emotionally available men, like they don't know what that looks like? Yeah, I guess that could play into it as well. I think another piece that is playing into this as well is men are portrayed differently these days. Yeah, before, like I said, it was always the image of the strong man, the hardworking man, the providing man. It's like you don't really see that as much anymore. Like I said, you get a lot of portrayal of feminine men and soft men and all of this stuff. So I feel like that also plays into it as well, because that has been forced or pushed as the norm. And that's not the norm for majority of men that are out here handling their business. So I think that plays into it as well. But no, that's a valid point, Nikisha. That's a valid point. Let me get this comment, because I feel like this is something else we gotta touch real quick. So
Wait before my
Nikita said, so true, Chloe. She said, ladies, if you want to eat, we need to also bring some fruit to the table. So this is something that I see a lot. Right. And my question to the ladies is, I see a lot of ladies get, it's almost like upset or irritated when a guy asks, what does she bring to the table? And I'm just curious, you know, just question to the ladies to why that may be. Like, why would a lady get upset when a guy asks her what she brings to the table? Now, we already understand that's a requirement for the man, right? So there's certain things he needs to bring to the table. He needs to bring the resources. He needs to provide, you know, he's the front runner when it comes to bills and expenses and so forth, right? So we understand that. If there's any kids in play, you know, he has to be that provider, that father, that mentor. So there's a list of things, you know, for that man to bring to the table by default, right? So there's no options, not optional. But I do see a lot of instances of ladies that get upset or bothered when somebody asks, what are they bringing to the table? So I'm just curious, you know, just question to the ladies, like, why would that be? Like, why do you think a lady would get upset when somebody presents her with that question, you know, in return?
Because I'm bringing my vagina to the table, and that should be enough for you.
Okay. All right. There it is.
I feel like it's that, just what Chloe said, and also because I hate to say it, but there are like way too many simps out there, like that will just do anything for like a woman's attention. And they just keep on validating it more and more, and I mean, it just became the norm.
Okay, there it is.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but you can get that from anybody.
I'm just saying, like, go ahead, King.
I said you can get that from anybody. You ain't the only woman with a vagina on the planet. Just to keep it up. But you know, my question would be, what's so attractive about the bad guy? And does the bad guy actually meet everything on your list, or do you make exceptions because you think you can win that person over?
Okay, that's a good question. So, question to the ladies: what is so attractive about the bad guy? So, if you're saying that the nice guy is boring and he's not exciting, to Peter's point, he ain't getting your dopamine rising, then what's so exciting about the bad guy? Yep, does he have all these things that you're looking for versus the nice guy? So that's a question to all the ladies in the comments. I'm just curious. What is the big thing with the bad guy? Yeah, break that down for us. We need to know something. Nicole done hopped on for that one.
I want to hear what Nicole says about that.
Nicole, what's so good about the bad guy?
I mean, like I said, when it was young, when I was young, maybe I thought it was cute.
So you saying as you got older, then the bad guy, he's not as attractive as you get older?
No, because what can you do for me? Like, I feel like I was having this conversation recently. Like, what can you do for me? I don't want to have the same BS conversation. Sorry, I had to turn it off. I don't want to have the same BS conversation. What do we have to talk about? I don't care how bad you can be now.
There it is. Okay.
Now, I understand what you said, right? But going back to Chloe's point earlier with influencers and people having the power to influence, or society having the power to put money behind platforms to tell you what's pretty, what looks good, what's new, what's hot, what's the trend, how you want to keep up, who you want to hang out with. If you don't have this, you're not this, and they label you to tell you what's right and what's wrong, and so you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and then wonder why you can't find exactly what you claim you're looking for. Because technically, you're not looking for that. You're looking for what they told you to look for, and then you out here complaining, I can't find no good man, because you didn't want him. Because the one that walked up to you, that's the one that you told no to. Or the one that you were with the good guy, you were with the nice guy, but then somebody else comes to pillow talk you or whisper sweet nothings when things might not be going right, or y'all might have a little bit of problems, or the communication might break down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then you become vulnerable, or you need a void fulfilled, or whatever else, and you lose what you had, thinking that the grass is green on the other side.
There it is. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I see some of the ladies got quiet. I said Nikita, she did say, Lord, bad guys. Who was that got the feedback? I think that was you, Peter. She said, Lord, bad guys are like scrubs. So yeah, I see she ain't feeling them either. Okay. I was just curious. Did they answer your question, Los, or was they dodging your question, man?
They duck, because guess what? Bad guys out here winning. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it 100. That's why we on the subject. That's why we talking about it. That's why you have ladies saying what they're saying. It ain't a lot of honesty, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, you say they capping, man? Is that what you said?
100% cap. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be a subject. We wouldn't even be talking about this. That's like we see dudes like, yo, why is she with him? She beat him. I mean, he beat her. He don't treat her right. He ain't this. He ain't doing that. And she's still there. She's still chasing behind him. You got some dudes that cheat on their chick and they still run behind them. Where you got a loyal dude who want to be with you. And I want him. Come here, Tyrone. And you still running behind the nigga that don't want you. So, I mean, we doing some type of capping in here. You know what I mean?
Wow, there it is. Ladies, somebody said y'all capping in here. Oh, man. Go ahead, Nicole.
That's a lie.
That's a lot. Oh, man.
I think it's also because the girls, they also don't know what to expect, because like it's just that emotional roller coaster. Like he could leave me at any time. It's just like a wide mix of like a variety of things. Just like I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like it feels like nowadays when people get into a relationship, it's like the one that cares the least wins, like all the time. If you really think about it, yeah, that's what it feels like. The one who cares the least wins the relationship.
Okay. Yeah. I never heard it put like that, man.
Yeah.
That's deep right there. That's deep. Well, let me ask this, man, because see now I'm curious. And like I said, I'm not trying to offend the ladies, but I'm gonna ask the question. Man, do the ladies know what they want? Like, do they know what they want? So, like I said, I think it's fair to say sometimes y'all want a little bit of an edge or a bad guy. Sometimes y'all want a nice guy. Like, do y'all know what y'all want? Like, with all of the influences that are going on out here, all of the external influences, you know, the evolution of social media, the hot girl summer, the everything else that's going on. Like I said, do the ladies at this point clearly know what they want? That's just real question. Yeah, because I would
don't think
imagine.
so.
Go ahead, say it again.
I don't think so. I think some do. I think some do. I think some do. But unfortunately, I think a lot of women don't. I think they don't. I think we, as women, you know, I heard it explained this way, right? Like, as women, we sort of not, and maybe it's not all of us, but we sort of grow up with this ideal, this ideal about marriage and being in a relationship and that kind of thing. And we have this sort of fantasy in our head, right?
Fairy tale.
Of what the man's gonna look like and how everything is gonna be, and that's how we want it to be. But not a lot of us are willing to let go of that fantasy for reality, because a lot of that is not, it's not realistic, right? So like Sierra said, we know what we don't want, we don't know what we want. So I mean, I think that's, I mean, I think that's probably the truest statement that has been made tonight. Like, it's true, right? Because it's easier to say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. But then it's a lot harder to make a decision about what you do want, right? Because once you decide, now you have to own that, right? Like, you can't be double-minded. And a lot of us are double-minded about this, especially relationships. Like, we do want a nice guy, we do want to settle down, like we do want to, but at the same time, like, we like our freedom, we like this, we like that, we kind of like the attention that we get from being single and how we get to date different guys. So we can't make up our minds, right? We're double-minded, and this is a problem. It's an issue. Like, we have to be more, you know, stable. Like, we just blowing with the wind. That's why influencers are able to tell us what we like. That's why we model our behavior off of celebrities, because we're literally blowing in the wind. None of us really want it, and I'm speaking in general, none of us really want to actually be accountable and make a decision for ourselves and take ownership of our own lives. Instead, we want somebody to tell us what to do and what to wear, and we want society to tell us what a nice guy is. Like, what, I mean, the reason why people can't define it is because what is the definition of a nice guy today? Because a 1980 nice guy was XYZ. And then 2021 nice guy might be something completely different. And I'm just like, what? In my mind, nice is just nice. A guy that wants to take care of you is just a guy that wants to take care of you. It doesn't change with the seasons. It doesn't change with the century. It doesn't change with the decade. Like, that doesn't change. We need to figure out what it is we want, because we can't keep saying there's no men out here. We can't keep saying I can't find a man. We can't keep saying every man out here is not, you know, what I want, when you really have not defined what you want. How you even gonna pray? Everybody want to talk about, what did Sierra do to get Russell? What prayer did she pray? It says, first and foremost, decide what you want. How can you pray about it if you don't even know what you want? What you asking God for? And if you don't know, then your prayer should be, send me the man that I need. Not what society tells me that I want. I mean, come on, ladies. Like, we have to take some ownership. We have to take some ownership in this. We cannot just keep putting it all on the men and expecting the men to just morph into something that we don't know what it is because we don't know what we want. Like, we have to own that piece. Like, that's us. We have to decide what we want. And then once we know what we want, not just what we don't want. I know that's easier, but we have to decide what we want and be definitive about it. And then once we know what we want, we can pray for that, because guess what? Ladies, we need to get out of our own way. And the only power strong enough and powerful enough to help us do that is God, because we will get in our own way. Once we know what we want, we have to pray about it. And when that man appears, ladies, be open-minded to it.
Hey, how about this?
Don't just expect it to come in a pretty package, and then when it doesn't, then we say, oh, well, he wasn't the one, girl. He wasn't the one because he always be one. He don't be want to go nowhere. He always want to be at home watching Netflix and chilling and stuff. He don't like to go to the club. Sis, get out the club. What's in the club? You found them. You got a man, right? You found the man. That's the one. You found the man. You going to the club, you found a man. So you got the man. So stay out the club, sis. Kick it with your dude.
I got a question for you, Chloe. Have women become the new bad guy as far as thought process? Because it seems, not all, just some, just a certain category. When you have things like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B talking about just get a dude for his wallet, just get him for his pockets, get what you need, get this and dip. Has that become the new trend? Is that the new wave? I'm not saying all women rock with that, because not everyone listens to that. But has that influence, has that changed a person's mindset from love to thoughtin'? Is thoughtin' the new wave?
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, we're speaking in general, right? So we obviously are not talking about every single woman. So if this does not apply to you, please ignore it. But yeah.
Might apply to your friend, your cousin, your niece, or somebody.
Right. Maybe it applies to your cousin. It might not apply to you. But yeah, I hate to say it, but like I see a lot of women excusing bad behavior, right? And we can't be doing that, ladies. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I know that you free to do whatever you want to do, and God gave you free will, and you got all this liberty and all of this. I get it, sis. But there are just certain things that we shouldn't be doing. We have to lift up a standard. We can't not have a standard for ourselves, but then want a certain type of man to approach us. The best thing you can do is prepare yourself for the man that you want. Prepare yourself for the man that you want, because you shouldn't be pursuing him. He should be pursuing you, but he may not know you available. Are you presenting yourself as available? And I don't mean thoughtin'. That's not the available that I'm talking about. Are you presenting yourself as someone who is physically and mentally and emotionally capable of being in a relationship? A steady, consistent, mutual, respectable relationship. Are you presenting yourself that way? Because a nice guy, the right guy, is going to run the other way, sis. If you giving him this double-minded, I don't know what I want, I'm blowing every which way the wind is blowing, the right kind of guy is not going to waste his time. He's not. Like, men are getting hip out here, ladies. They're paying attention. They're paying attention to you. And the one that's really noticing you is quiet. He's just watching. What are you showing him? Are you showing him that you want to twerk in public places where you shouldn't? Are you showing him that you want to put a bonnet on in public places where you shouldn't? Are you showing him you don't know how to wear real pants everywhere you go?
Look here, ladies.
You in see-through leggings. I can see your underwear through them leggings. Them not right. Put on some real clothes. I mean, ladies, how are we presenting ourselves? Because we can't be out here talking about we can't find a man. The man, first and foremost, is supposed to find us. We are just supposed to present ourselves in a way where a man will be attracted. And I don't mean just physically attracted, because if all you got, or if all it is physical attraction, that's when you're gonna start getting the behaviors from the man. But you're like, I don't deserve that. That I don't want to be treated that way. I shouldn't be treated like that. Well, how are you treating yourself? Do you expect a certain level of a treatment? Have you lifted up a standard for yourself? Because if you have a certain standard for yourself, every old man ain't gonna approach you, or when he do, he gonna find out real quick that maybe this ain't the one. This ain't the one for me to be trying to play with. So if I'm not real, then I need to skip, because this ain't the one. She's not going to allow me to do it. She's not going to allow me to come at her like that. I'm not gonna be able to play with her like that. And ladies, stop accepting that trash. I mean, just for real, like, we have to take accountable for the pieces of this process that we do own and have control over. The truth is we are the gatekeepers. We are. So we have to carry ourselves like that. And when I say carry ourselves like that with that understanding, I don't mean wear whatever you want to wear whenever you want to wear it, hot pants and mini skirts. I'm not saying that. I'm saying carry yourself like you are the gatekeeper. Carry yourself like that. If you want me to call you a queen, if you want to be a queen out here in these streets, then present yourself royally. I'm not going to call you no queen if you on Megan Stallion team talking about, yes, thoughts is in. We're not doing that. Queen and thought don't even belong in the same sentence. When did that become acceptable? What's the hot girl summer? What is that? When we gonna stop playing? What's the hot girl summer? What is that? If you cute, you should be cute all the time. You ain't gotta wait for summer. I just never understood some of the stuff that we allow, some of the stuff that we come in agreement with. Like, some of us need deliverance from this stuff, for real. But I mean, I'm on my soapbox. I'm gonna get off now. But yeah, ladies, like, let's be accountable for our portion of this. Let's be accountable. And then maybe perhaps once we understand where we are and we realign ourselves where we should be, then maybe we can start to truly understand the value of a man. And it's not just about his financial contribution.
Facts. No, we appreciate that. Let's see, about took over the show. You over here hosting the show.
I'm sorry, y'all. I feel very passionate about this subject.
I ain't mad at you. We're gonna have to round applause you on that one really quick. All right, let me get this. We're gonna get this comment real quick. Then I know we're probably getting close to our time. I said this. I appreciate everybody rocking with us, even with all these technical issues we had at the beginning getting started. But I want to get this comment because I think this is something we should touch as well. So Nikisha dropped this comment. She said, I think some of us know what we want. I think she's speaking of the ladies, but the woman that mama and grandma groomed us to be doesn't seem to fit the reality of today. And what I want to say in response to that is, Nikisha, I think the ladies need to make it fit, right? I think what we're seeing right now is we are accepting what we are being fed, right? So, as you mentioned, your mom and your grandma, they were looking at men for different things than what these new age women are looking at men for now. They selected men based off different standards than the standards that these women of today are using now. And what is happening now is we are normalizing a lot of garbage. Yeah, I mean, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and put myself out there. You know, a lot of stuff that this Megan Stallion that she say is garbage. I'm a guy and I'm gonna say that it's garbage. A lot of the stuff that I hear come out of Cardi B's mouth, garbage. Straight trash. But we are taking these things and we are normalizing these things. And now we have young ladies thinking this way, thinking that that's the right way. So to your point, for all of the ladies who were groomed differently to be women, to take care of families, to be married, to have stable relationships, those old school thinkings that, or those old school teachings that I'm sure your mom and your grandma were teaching you, we need to bring that back. If that's the stuff that we need to bring back. You know, it's one of the reasons why we do this show, because we want people to look in the mirror at what they are doing or how they are operating or what their perspective is on a lot of this stuff. And the same thing goes for the men. A lot of the stuff that's going on with these men today, you know, my father wasn't teaching me this garbage. My granddaddy sure wasn't teaching me this garbage. You know, they was teaching me to take care of business. They was teaching me to take care of your family. They was teaching me to make sure the money was right. They was teaching me to make sure I had avenues to be able to take care of my family and provide. They were teaching me how to interact with women the right way. And that's part of the problem. A lot of this old school teaching, we are not still enforcing this old school mentality on these new age folks. And this is why we're seeing what we're seeing. So to your point, it does fit in this reality. We got to make it fit, because this stuff we living right now, this ain't no real reality. It's a facade, basically. It's trickery. That's basically what's going on.
Yeah, no,
I'm just glad you touched both sides, Quay. I'm glad you brought that back to the men, because it would be a little unfair just to put it on Cardi B and Megan when men have been singing and talking like that for the longest, right?
For sure.
And then if a woman comes out, and because when a man does it, oh, he's cool, he's this, he's that. But if a woman comes out and shows her sexual prowess and wants to talk about those type of things, we do that. So I'm glad that you were saying how your father taught you the difference between the two, right? I think it comes with understanding, you know what I mean? And why certain things are allowed to be played, why certain things are allowed to be influenced. I think that's why it goes back to Chloe's point from the beginning with influencers and who's getting paid to do what, and why they're allowing what influence to be what, and the cause and effect of what's being influenced, what's being played over and over again, the conditioning, the brainwashing, the thought process that they continue to feed us. I think if we look at our music versus other cultures' music, we have more toxic music than any possible other culture. Some of that's systemic, some of it is us. But why is it pushed so hard on us? You know what I mean? What is the narrative? What is the agenda? But on back to the topic, you know, what is it that we really want? Because if you have a guy that's showing up and he's doing the flowers and he's doing this, but then sometimes we get to the point where, oh, I got him wrapped around my fingers. Or sometimes we take people's kindness for granted and then we complain saying that's what we want. But when you had it, you didn't know how to treat it. Or vice versa. You got a lot of good women out there that are doing the right thing, that show up, that want to do her womanly duties, and dudes treat them wrong, and then they disrespect them, or they take advantage of them, or they play on their vulnerability. You know what I mean? And so the next time she's like, I'm not going to be as vulnerable as I was because I don't want to get hurt like that again. You know what I mean? And that's a parallel that works on both sides of the relationship. But it's interesting when we come to this conversation, how I personally feel there's a lot of cap going on tonight. I personally feel that we really didn't touch on the honesty part of what's so attractive about the bad guy, or the things that we want, or why we desire this, or why this happens, or why we don't want the good guy. I don't think we had a lot of women come out there and tell the truth, personally. You know what I mean? And that's why it's a topic. And I don't think we had a lot of guys come out here and tell the truth. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of nice dudes that's been hurt, and we can hear some of the pain in their voice when they do speak, or vice versa. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a show that I would like to bring back later. Maybe we can get a lot more people on here so we can dig deeper into that, because I think there's something at the root of that. You know what I mean? That's just me personally.
I can feel that. Go ahead, Chloe.
I think that, I don't think you're going to have people be honest. I don't think you're going to get that. This is what I'm saying. This is why I've been saying the stuff that I've been saying the whole show. We can't get to the point where we talk about why women want bad guys, or why women, what's like, ladies, do you really want a nice guy? When we're still trying to get ladies to decide what they want. Like, you can't skip steps. You can't get to the point where if a woman is not sure what she wants, if she's still confused about what she wants, then she can't answer you why she likes the bad guy. She can't give you a real honest answer because she don't know. She might not be sure what it is about that bad guy that's drawing her in. She might know, she might be like, oh, it's exciting or whatever. But at the end of the day, she got to do that work. That's internal work that she got to do to figure out why she's preferencing a bad guy, or why for some reason she can't shake a certain type of guy. Like, there's something there that she has to figure out. But we've established that a lot of women don't even know what they want. So if we've established that a lot of women don't know what they want, then how are we going to ever get to the point where a woman is able to accept the type of man that you're talking about? A lot of what's happening is women don't know what they want. So that's why you can have a good man, quote unquote, nice guy, and leave him. Because if you don't know what you want, if you're confused about what you want, about where you're going in life, about how you want this to look, if you're still confused about that, if there's still any double-mindedness in you, then you're not going to be able to actually see that nice guy and accept him for who he is and appreciate him. So we do have to talk about this piece in order to get to that piece. Because you can't skip it. Like, you need to know what you want. Men, you need to know what you want. Stop running around chasing tail.
But
and then winding up empty at the end of the day. Because you confused too. Huh?
I think you hit it on the head though. It's about what you're attracted to, right? So the attraction is part of what you want. It might not be exactly what you need. You might not know what you need because you're still figuring out yourself, but you do understand what you're attracted to, why I like this. You know what I mean? What is the attraction about it? Now, that might not be exactly what you need in your life or whatever else. You're probably still trying to figure that out because you're figuring yourself out. But things that attract us, or things that we're attracted to, or things that we like or think that we like, I think that's where the layer of the conversation lays in that.
Yeah, but I think...
Oh, sorry.
No, I was about to say, but I think that's a part of the problem, Los. A lot of the stuff that people like is not really what they like. It's what they've been told to like, or what they've have been conditioned to like. But do they really deep down inside like that? And like I said, we can look at that, right now. Just, and I don't want to go too far off topic, but just look at, some of the clothing, right? Some of the stuff that I see guys wearing, I don't really think they like this stuff. But I think it's trendy, and I think that, some of the women are attracted to it or think it's hot. So in turn, the dudes will wear it to impress or attract the women. But some of the stuff I see, man, dudes wearing, I don't think they like this stuff. I really don't. Yep, and that goes for the women as well. Some of the stuff that these women wear, or some of the stuff that these women do, and guys as well, I don't think they really like to do this stuff. I don't really think they like to wear some of the stuff that they wear, but that's what they're conditioned to believe that they like, or that's what they're conditioned to believe that they should be doing. And see, when you loop that into the typical mindset and everything that goes on in your mind, then yeah, you are going to be left with a lot of people that don't know what the heck they like or what the heck they want. Go ahead, Chloe. I didn't mean to stop you.
No, you're good. I mean, you basically were going to touch on the same thing that I touched on. Yeah, you have to be true to yourself. I think that, but I think we have to do the work, right? Not all of us have done that yet. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not about the excuses. I think at 50 years old, if you still run around talking about you still learning yourself, I'm sorry. What the hell have you been doing? Like, I know people get it. Some people get it later than others. Okay, I understand that, but you 50, you 40. You mean to tell me in all of this time, no, what that tells me is that you have not made good use of the time that you have. You have spent it playing. You've been enjoying the fast and loose. You haven't taken the time or done the work on yourself. And that's why you're still at a certain age talking about, I'm confused or I'm not sure. I'm not speaking to everybody. This word ain't for everybody. This word is for you. If the Holy Spirit's convicting you right now, this word is for you. If you are at a certain age, if you in my age bracket, that's the 40 age range, 35, 40, if you in that 50, if you in that range right now, and you still talk about you don't know what you want and you confused, you need to check yourself. Like, you need to do a mental inventory. Like, you need to do it. What have you been doing at this point, all this time, and all the experiences that you may have had, that you still at the point where you confused? You're letting society you listen to that noise, and that's helping you be confused. You haven't sat with yourself and said, this is what I've done so far, and that ain't worked. So what should I be doing? Who should I be looking at? Is there anything about myself? Like, do I need to actually take a look at myself and see if there's something that I need to change about me? Like, you got to do that work. Like, and a lot of us aren't doing it. Instead, we're just making excuses. That's why we beating up on men so much. I'm not saying men don't get none of this. Men can get some of this too. So I'm not giving them no kind of passes. But that's why as women, we tend to want to beat up on men so much. Men ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. I know a lot of good dudes. I don't know what pool y'all in. I know it's some buttholes out there, but I know some good dudes. Ladies, do the work on yourself, because maybe, just maybe, there's something you have to change about yourself. Because if you had a nice guy in your life, a real genuine guy in your life, maybe he wasn't perfect, none of us are, but you had a real genuine guy and you let him go, it's something you need to address about yourself. And that's all I have to say about it. Do the work, people, men and women, do the work.
I feel like also,
Peter, then we'll get ready to wrap, man. Go ahead, Peter.
I feel like also another big major problem is I'll probably upset some people, but I think the major problem with today is kind of like a little bit of science, like basically birth control and like freezing of eggs. Because back whenever we didn't have birth control, I'm pretty sure people on both sides made like a better conscious decision about like, well, if we do this act or whatever, then a baby might happen, and then the guy's saying like, yeah, I'll need to marry you, and then the girl's saying like, yeah, I'm gonna need to settle down with this guy. And then with the freezing of eggs, I feel like that just kind of puts ladies kind of in a mindset to where they just want to start like whenever they're like 35, 40 to like have a family or something like that.
I can see that. Yeah, no, pushing that time of basically, what do they say? Extending that clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna get ready to wrap. I know we at that time. Los, you still with us, man?
Yeah, I'm here, boss.
All right. We're gonna take closing statements, then we're gonna get ready to get out of here. You got anything you want to put out there, Chloe? Or you good?
Just thank y'all for listening. Ladies, I never want to beat up on ladies. First of all, I love my lady. Like, I love my sis. Like, I love y'all. So whenever I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to you guys with love, like, for real. I want us to really, truly own our position and own our place. We absolutely do come from royalty. Absolutely do. But I really want to see us own that and really, embody that. And so I'm always gonna speak to the ladies. And it may come off a little hard, but just know it's coming from a place of love. I love y'all.
Okay, there it is. There it is. We appreciate it. Peter, you got anything you want to say in closing, man?
I guess just for both sexes, like I know that since your parents were kids or whatever, like the playground's gotten a lot bigger. Just try to make those decisions to get off the playground a little bit early.
All right, now we appreciate that, man. All right, I'll just say this, man, and then you can take it over, Los. I'll just say this, just to the ladies, give the nice guy a shot. Yeah, get a nice guy a shot. I don't know why y'all be playing these brothers out here trying to do right, trying to handle biz, trying to wine and dine, y'all. Let's get a nice guy a shot. Yeah, don't throw the nice guy off to the side just because he ain't the baller. You know, he ain't driving around in the big body, all this old material stuff. Like I said, shout out to the hard-working brother out there as well. Like I said, you still got love for you, brother. All right, King, you do your thing, man.
We just want to thank y'all for coming to the show. Thank y'all for coming to kick it with us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If y'all got any topics that y'all want us to touch on, please hit Kwesi in the DM, or please hit me or send me a message or whatever else. And I guess my closing statement is we all got to work on ourselves. And don't be so quick to judge somebody. Like, how do you get to 40, 50, 60 years if you're not willing to build? You know, sometimes everybody wants to start with the mansion, but it don't work that way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to build and create your own legacy. So don't be afraid of putting in the work, not just on learning yourself, but y'all supporting each other as y'all build. You know what I mean? And y'all might be able to build your own beautiful dynasty. Because you can have all the money in the world and still not have peace. You got some people that ain't just bums on the street, no disrespect, but they got love because they got each other. You know what I mean? What's the real price of love? Does love come with a price tag? You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is, from my perspective, if you got somebody that want to love you, not when you're just winning, but someone who wants to love you in the mud. You know what I mean? Someone that wants to be in the trenches with you. You know what I mean? Because anybody can be with you when you're on top. Anybody can be there. Oh my God, this and that. But when you actually going through the struggle, when you actually in the gym shooting them shots, when ain't nobody else around and that person's there cheering you on, you might want to have some patience. You know what I mean? And build with that person instead of just looking for the next come up. Because I don't care what grass you go on, there's gonna be dirt up underneath. So you might as well try to build with somebody who actually wants to build with you. That's our show tonight.
Sure. I said, once again, we appreciate everybody rocking with us through all of the little technical difficulties earlier. Like I said, this is Look in the Mirror, the conversation. We do this show every Thursday night, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I said, shout out to all of the ladies in the comments, Erica Arrington, always loyal supporter, Tiffany Rowe, Nikisha Hayes, Nikita Woodley, Woodsy, Woodsy in the net. I said, Barbara Price, they all here. So shout out to all the ladies, Nicole as well. I said she was on with us earlier. I said shout out to all the ladies for supporting us tonight. And once again, this is Look in the Mirror. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next Thursday. And everybody have an awesome night.